Oh, is this, you started with this as well? Oh, shit. I didn't realise. You proper sprung it on me. I'm like not ready. Okay, right. I'm going to have some water and then we'll get straight into it. Oh my God. Right. So I've actually never done a podcast by myself, solo dolo, before, but hi guys. This is a long time coming. It is called Just Existing, and I'll explain the name to you later on because some people have some qualms about the name. But I really just wanted a platform to talk my shit. That's what I wanted. If you followed me, if you know me, but if you followed me for like a couple of years, you know that previously I used to post on my stories long form. I used to rant and rant and rant for like 5 minutes on end. And now I think that stories is developed on Insta to like aesthetic photos and very just shortness. So I don't do that anymore. However, people love that about me, and I don't really have a platform where I do that. I sometimes do it on TikTok, but I thought I would bring out just something of me talking shit because that's what you want from me. Nobody wants an aesthetic photo from me, let's be real. They want everything that I have to talk about. So this is going to be like super open-ended, wide range of topics, fun, silly, serious. It's just going to be like a stream of consciousness of me, of my thoughts, of everything, basically BTS of inside my brain. And the reason that it's called Just Existing, I actually have the tattoo on the back of my ankles. The reason that it's called Just Existing, it's not about like, you know, when people say just don't just exist, live. It's kind of the opposite of that. I feel like we at the minute are doing entirely too much. Like we want to wake up at 5 a.m., hit all our goals, go to the gym, you know, eat well, socialize, da da da. And I think that we've lost the sense of human essence, which is very philosophical for me. But yeah, I feel like we've lost the essence that we're just on this planet existing. We're on a floating rock going through space, and we need to just be here and be present. And so I love the name Just Existing. And when I've explained the name to people, everyone eventually gets it. And so this is it. Welcome, guys. So let's see if I'm going to be able to speak for this long, for 45 minutes. Well, is it going to be 45 minutes? We'll see. It might be 5 minutes at this point. Because one thing about me, I am everything and nothing all at once. And sometimes I'm a big yapper and sometimes I'm silent. And I thought the best introduction to the Just Existing universe and to me would be a strong topic that I have a lot of opinions on, and a lot of people have said this to me and said this about me, and I don't think I've ever replied, and I would like to. So this is about falling off, failure, and everything surrounding that. So the big question always is, did I fall off? And the answer to that question is yes, I did. And I'm kind of glad that I did. I needed to. Because when I first came into this world, being this industry, I was on Love Island. If I've got new people that are listening, I was on Love Island 7 years ago and I won the show. And I came off the show with like 2 million Instagram followers. I had about 4,000 followers before that, and I was not a creator. I didn't really post anything. And so it was throwing me very firmly into the deep end, which was just a lot. And it got to the point where I was getting like 900,000 likes on an Instagram photo, which is insane. And I was still thinking, why is it not a million? I'm not happy with it. How come I only got 2,000 comments? Why not 3,000 and da da da? So I kind of feel like I needed to have a bit of a fall off, although I wouldn't really categorize it as a fall off. I kind of needed to have a fall off just to have a reality check and be grateful for what's going on around us, because I feel like I was totally disconnected. 900,000 likes. Can you imagine that in this day and age? And I was still complaining about it. So yeah, I kind of did dip off, but in doing that, I feel like I became more connected to my likes and dislikes, what I want to do, what kind of person I want to be in the industry, how online I want to be, how many things I want to share. And it meant that I'm happier. I think that that era of my life was just really uncomfortable. I was very anxiety inducing. I had social anxiety, and it just wasn't working. And so sometimes I think that in life you need to like pivot. It's not necessarily a fall off, but it's a pivot. The amount of followers and community and engagement that I have now, I enjoy it. It's manageable for me. Before this, it was not manageable. It was too much. I felt too overexposed. And I think that when I feel overexposed, I go into like hermit mode, which is not a good thing when you're trying to be online and be present. So yeah, I'm at a comfortable place with what I'm sharing. And also, I just want to put it out there. It doesn't matter if people think that you fell off. As long as you're doing what's in alignment with you and what makes you happy, then it's a winner. And engagement is not everything. Likes, views, follow, subscribers, it's not everything. But on that note, if you do want to like and subscribe and comment on this, I've got the handles, which I will get for you by the end of the episode. Because funny enough, my procrastination is so bad that I checked on Insta, and I actually made Just Existence Instagram account in 2023. So this is, can we just take a pause for this monumental moment? Because this is, I'm dead. Did you think I meant a literal pause? Sorry. Yeah, I just want to take a pause for this monumental moment, because it's been 2 years in the making and my little ADHD brain wouldn't let it happen. And I think sometimes with things that are really in alignment with me, or things that scare me, or things that really excite me, or are so close to what I want to be doing, I push it to the back and I don't want to do it. And I avoid and I avoid and avoid until 2 to 3 years later, we're now here. But I think that it's coming at the perfect time. I think that I am in like a comfortable place with my life. I'm in a comfortable place to share things. And I also know that I don't have to share everything. And I can just basically, I can choose what I want to share, which is what I want to do. So yeah, I have been thinking about whether, because everybody wanted when I was doing a podcast, whether I should do like an agony aunt style one. Let me know your thoughts, but I think I might do a segment at the end of each episode, not this one, obviously. At the end of each episode where I put the topic out there that I want to talk about, today's failure and falling off. I mean, you can send me questions about that, but I'll answer via Instagram now. I'll ask a question. No, I'll not ask a question. I'll send the topic of what I'm going to do. And then you can give me your advice or give me your questions, whatever, and I'll include them at the end of the episode. I think that would be a nice way to build a community, because I think one thing that makes me thrive and one thing that I enjoy is having a community and building connections. And I think my Instagram's pretty disjointed. I think because I don't share enough, because I don't want to, it makes for a kind of disjointed community. But this is going to show you that there's more elements to me, and I've got a lot of things to say without having to share intimate details about my family, my relationships, and whatever. That's for another episode. I'm not going to talk about my relationships right now. I know everyone will be wanting me to talk about my relationships, but I think when someone else is involved in something, you've got to be quite mindful what you share and what you don't share. But I am messy. So if you catch me on a messy day, I'll set up these cameras and I'll tell everyone's business. I think I'm going to release episodes every Tuesday, which is crazy. Luckily, I've got more than just me riding on these being consistent. So I think I'm going to release every Tuesday. Keep it nice and cute. You're going to get weekly episodes from me, a bunch of different topics, no structure, apart from we might do questions. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. Like, I can't lie. I'm actually nervous right now. I think because it's been such a long time coming, and it's been like in the works for so long. And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, is this what I'm doing? I hope that this sounds like the longest voice note ever from your monotone best friend. That's basically what this is going to be. But yeah, going back to falling off, I think in this life we have become too heavily, like, just we're focused too heavily on sort of engagements, likes, amount of followers, it really doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. And I think especially now with like algorithms and everything, the people that follow you don't even see your things anyway. I was just saying my new philosophy on TikTok is if I like someone, I actually don't follow them, because the minute that I follow them, I stop seeing their stuff. And yeah, we need to stop worrying about engagement and likes because it's too much. And I think that everyone looks at me and thinks, oh yeah, but she used to do this and now she does this. But I feel like when I was posting and I was getting all that likes and engagement, it wasn't aligned with me. So what's the point of life? At the end of the day, I only have myself. I mean, love my followers, love my friends and family, but you only truly have yourself. So you need to, first and foremost, make sure that what you're doing is making you happy. And I think that over the past 7 years, it's been hard and I've had to throw myself right in the deep end with it. But figuring out what you want to do and how you want to work and everything just means for a happy and fulfilling life. And I feel really fulfilled right now. And obviously, I'm late in the podcast game, but it was pretty cheap to find a mic and some cameras, unfortunately. So I'm here and I've got one now. And I think that everybody wants to do interviews. And when I was talking about this, they're like, oh, who are you going to have on as a guest and what you're going to talk about? I was like, I kind of don't want to have a guest. And he was like, but why? I'm like, I feel like that's a format that's so overdone. Everybody wants to interview guests. Everybody wants to know like the latest thing that they're doing or the latest achievement. I just want to talk shit. I don't want to talk about what I've achieved. I don't want to talk about, well, I mean, I will. I will talk about what I've achieved, but I don't want that to be the main focus. I don't want this to feel like a super preachy moment where I'm someone that's got all my shit together and I'm explaining to you what I think you should do to have your shit together. I want to be messy and maybe you can tell me how to get my shit together and then maybe I can give you some advice and it's just be a nicer environment. Because I do kind of feel like a lot of people have gone down the route of, to me, it feels like patronizing. Everybody has their certain ways that they want to live their life. And if we were all the same, I don't think the world would, I don't think the world would be as successful. Well, is the world successful? I don't think the world would have moved forward as much as we have if everyone didn't have different personalities. So that whole waking up at 5 a.m. and doing an ice bath thing, that doesn't work for me. I'm a 7 a.m. babes. And I know that not some people aren't. Some people want to get up at 10 a.m. That's great. I think that we should all be inquisitive about what works for us. And I think that's, for me, that's came with age. When I was 21, I kind of desperately wanted to fit in as much as it seemed like I didn't and I didn't give a fuck, which is kind of true. I just wanted to fit in and I wanted to do the same things that everyone else was doing on, whether it was online or outside. All of my achievements were sort of based upon what I thought I should have been doing or what people wanted me to do rather than what I actually wanted to do. And it made me miserable. And so the best relationship I think that you can have is with yourself. And that's what I've learned over the past couple of years is just checking in with yourself. I journal a hell of a lot. I write down on pages. And now I'm really like fine-tuned to what I like. And I'd say, because a lot of people these days want to be creators and I really don't think it's for everyone. But what I'd say is a lot of people say you need a thick skin. And I don't think that you actually do need a thick skin because I think it's a good thing to be sensitive. I think that you need to have a clear and defined idea of who you are in your head, what your values are, what your morals are, everything like that. You need to have a strong idea of that. And when you have a strong idea of that, nobody can deviate. Nobody can make you deviate from what you are. And I said this podcast wasn't going to be philosophical, but it sounds like I'm being pretty deep straight away. So I want to talk about something messy. I was trying to look for a meme that I found on Insta earlier, but I can't find it. And it said something about, yes, I am a hater, but I am a hater with ethics, morals, and values. And I think that meme describes me absolutely perfectly. And I was conscious that I didn't want this to just be like a negative space, because I know that I can be a bit of a hater. I didn't want it to be that, but then also I want it to be honest. So let's just embrace the philosophical energy, because I don't know how long that will last for. Intertwined with the topic of falling off is failure. And like, for me, I think failure is one of the best things that you can do. I think succeeding is obviously great and we all want to succeed, but failure is one of the best things, because I think that you get so many lessons. Like, from like my breakups, or like when I've done jobs and they haven't gone well, the amount of shit that I have learned from that over when everything's going well. When everything's going well, I learn nothing. When the chips are down and everything goes to shit, that's where all my biggest life lessons come from, and where you really learn about yourself, and where you just learn about the world. I have a swimwear brand, which if you don't know, it's Wet Weekend, at Wet Weekend, at dot Wet Weekend with a WKND. My business partner's going to hate the way I just said that. But yeah, I have a swimwear brand called Wet Weekend. And I did it. It's just me and my business partner, who's also my friend. I did it that way without getting investors or anything like that, because I really wanted to just like learn about business, like an e-commerce business, because I don't have any knowledge on it. And I think when you get investors, and when you have a bunch of people like shareholders or whatever that are looking to you to sort of keep the business going or whatever, you don't really learn much, because it's all their sort of knowledge and you're not learning. With Wet Weekend, I have made so many mistakes, but now I actually have the experience. It's not that someone else is telling me what they think I should be doing. It's me making those mistakes live time, and then redirecting it and turning it into a success. And so Wet Weekend's been my little passion project. And I know, had I've launched this brand 7 years ago, it would have been flying off the shelves. It would have been like a huge deal. But I don't think that, first of all, I don't think I was ready for it. And I don't think I would have done it justice like I am doing it now. And second of all, I wouldn't have learned anything, because I was getting my hand held a bit too much. And so now I have full creative control, full sort of financial control, everything on this business. And it's kind of like a fun passion project for me to make mistakes and see what people like, and bring out really cool products. And I'm always open to like seeing what my community want me to bring out. And it's like a baby, and it's like nurturing a little plant, and I get to water it myself. And it's not just a big mammoth business that I am just the face of, and I don't know any of the ins and outs of finance or budgeting or marketing or anything. Because I think one thing that's super important for me in this lifetime is knowledge, which who would have thought? I'm really showing you another side of my personality. On the next episode, I'm going to have to bring back the funniness, because this has been a bit too businessy serious. Failure doesn't mean that, like, it's a lot. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to be like this every week. But yeah, this is just what vibe I'm in right now. I feel like a wise old owl. I'm an old soul with lots of life experience that I'm going to share with you. But honestly, I don't feel the need to take any of my advice on board, because when I listen to things, I think, fuck what that person's saying. I don't care. What I'm saying to you is, you figure everything out for yourself. I feel like I'm sliding down the sofa. I'm done with my philosophical bullshit now, and I'm going to be messy. So yeah, I got a comment. This is my hater energy coming out. I got a comment where, I don't know, someone was being rude to me. And I'm not one of those bigger person kind of people. I'm very much I'll reply to the comments. Like, I'm replying. This is my account. This is a dictatorship. You're either getting blocked, deleted, or I'm coming at you, because like, who wants to be the bigger person and just ignore it and leave it there? I don't. I think the girl was calling me mean or something, which is a classic. And I was like, well, it's not really, or da 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 da. And then she was like, yeah, but like, you're not really relevant, are you? And I was like, oh, I'm not relevant. And I was like, oh, and you are? And she was like, well, just because I didn't go on a TV show doesn't mean I'm not relevant. Okay, so I was like, okay, so you're relevant and I'm not relevant. It doesn't make sense. I feel like everyone's relevant in the world, the world that they exist in. So I'm relevant to my friends and family, and I'm relevant to people that follow me. She's relevant to, I mean, her 2 followers or whoever it is that likes her stuff. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I'm like, why the fuck should I give such a fuck about being relevant to you? Like, why would I care? I really don't care. I mean, I'm making it sound like I care, but I don't care. But yeah, no, I just think people think that they can like hurt your feelings with stuff like that. I'm like, babes, I do things that like I could only dream of right now. And if you had asked me when I first, started in this world, wait, I need to put my phone on do not disturb. If you had asked me 7 years ago if I'd be doing the things that I do now, I wouldn't even be able to have a concept that the stuff that I do now is like possible to do. I didn't even realize. And so, good. If I'm not relevant to you, then I'm not your cup of tea. And I think that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But I think that a lot of people will learn a lot of things from me. I'm a good advice giver, which is why I think I should add an advice segment into this. But I'm a good advice giver and I've got a lot of life experience and I just keep to myself. I like keeping to myself. I like I like what I like. I like raving till 6 a.m. and going to Pilates at 7. I love my friends. I love my little apartment in London and I keep to myself. I don't want to be the next viral moment. Is that bad to say? I don't want it. I kind of like the little world that I have and like I'm all fine for it expanding, but I want it to expand at a rate that I am comfortable with. I don't want to shoot straight up like I did previously because I almost had a mental breakdown when I was like that. So I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at and I like it. But I'm not, to be fair, I think if I was to have my little viral moment again, that wasn't a little viral moment. If I was to shoot to prominence again, like I would be more equipped to handle it better. But I kind of like not having so many judging eyes on me. I think that I like when people get it. I don't like when people don't get it. I wish that I could let people not get it, but it really upsets me because I'm like, God, I'm so funny and smart and like I'm amazing. How can you not like me? I don't understand. I think everyone should like me. I think everyone should listen to this podcast. But unfortunately, some people don't have any taste. And that's the thing. And I think that's something that I need to accept, that not everybody has taste. And I like to keep everything in my private circle. And so if you're new to me, I don't know. I wonder, I do wonder who will be watching this. Will it be my long-standing followers? Will I get new people? Hopefully I'll get new humans. We're always open to new humans as well. But yeah, I think that this is going to be like showing a completely fresh and different side to me. I don't think I've spoke at length for this long in a long period of time. I was actually quite worried to speak at length because it's something, like I said on stories, but I was quite like, yeah, I used to have a lot of opinions and I used to feel very strongly about things and I used to be really angry about things. I think now I am way more laid back, but I still have a lot to talk about, but I think I'm not as I don't want to use the word aggressive because aggressive gets used too often, but passionate. I was very passionate about what I was talking about, and now I just like having fun. That's like my main objective. And so yeah, the moral of the story is failure, falling off, and all those negative things that people think are the worst things in the world are actually not that bad, and they can pivot you in a direction that is more aligned, more money, more importantly, more money, more success, more bitches. I was going to say more problems, but no, not more problems. Yeah, it can redirect you on a path that you didn't think was possible, that is way more aligned with you. And I think that in everyone's minds, and what I've been trying to do in my mind, is we need to reframe how we feel about failure, how we feel about falling off, how I feel about everything to do with that, to be honest, because I think if I didn't fall off, if I didn't have that stagnant period where sort of everything dropped, then I wouldn't be able to look around and be like, fucking hell, I've achieved a hell of a lot for someone that is 28 years old. And 28 years old feels young to me. And I turned 28 not that long ago. I'm a fresh 28-year-old with 7 years experience in one of the most cutthroat industries that exists. And I'm still here to tell the tale. And 5 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be here. I thought that I would, well, I don't even want to go down that path, actually. That's for another episode as well. So yeah, I'm freshly 28 years of age, which is kind of getting to the point of getting old. I'm not there yet, but it's getting to that point. And I think that this is the perfect time to do something like this. It's a brand new creative outlet for me. I'm so excited to share all of my thoughts and feelings and just anything with you, because I think that I've been silent for so long. Like, I've been silent. I've just been posting my cute pics. I mean, I've done like get ready with me's where I'm talking about things, but I'm not like talking at length. And I think that you're not like getting to know me as well as you could. And I'm ready to let people get to know me again, because I think that the idea that a lot of people have in their heads about me is completely different from what I am like right now. I'm into a whole host of different things. And so I don't know whether to wrap this up right now or not. I don't know if I've got anything else that I want to add about falling off and failure. Do you know what it is? Falling off and failure is like my forte of a topic. If anyone has if anyone of my friends has any questions about falling off or like where they're going in life, I am the girl, because I will talk at length about it. But also, I equally don't want to be one of those philosophical bullshitty people, because then it's just going to be another podcast. And I think there's no more room for podcasts that just fucking want to tell you what to do and how to live your life. This is me showing you my mess. That's basically what it's going to be. And everyone thinks I've got it all together, and I do to a degree, but there's a lot of shit that I don't have together. And I want to show my all my sides without showing too much, which is why I'm doing a podcast and not a TV show. No, I don't like TV anyway. This is the format for me. But yeah, this is just existing. I hope you like the title. You need to tell me if you like the title or not, because it was really it was a really 50-50 toss up whether people liked it or not. And then I have to explain the context of the title, but I feel like that defeats the object of the title. The title should be like, ugh. But I feel like I'm going to turn just existing and everyone's going to know what it means, because they're going to listen to this podcast and they're going to be like, fucking yeah, we want to just exist with Amber. And we're all going to get through life together, one chaotic day at a time. And I feel like I actually wasn't messy this time, which I'm quite proud of, because once I start being messy, it goes into cancelable territory. And there's actually someone in the room with me right now, and I don't think I'm going to get cancelled. Do you think I'm going to get cancelled for this one? This one's not a cancelable episode, but the problem is when I'm on my own is when I could be cancelled, but no, I'm completely joking. I will never get cancelled, because if I haven't been cancelled already, I'm not getting cancelled now. I think I've shared all my wildest thoughts with you, and now I'm way more media trained as a human being. So yeah. So I would absolutely love it if you could follow this podcast on wherever you're listening, just so you get notifications whenever we release an episode. You can also follow the Instagram if you want. It is @justexisting. I am yet to post a post, but by the time that you hear this, it'll be full of content. So yeah, I guess I'll see you. What did I say? Tuesday? Was it not Wednesday? Fucking hell, mate. What's going on? I guess I'll see you every Tuesday from now. And I hope that you've enjoyed listening to me and my stream of consciousness. I'm pretty sure I'll probably get more comfortable, but if it's kind of weird. It feels like a YouTube video, but it's not. It's just me talking and there's no questions. It's just me by myself. But yeah, this is me signing off. What should my sign off be? I feel like I should have like a Like a cute sign off. We'll figure that out later. Bye, guys.